action for you on tap. It's the Oaks taking on the Oaks, and it's right now on the Menlo College Sports Network. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. This is Ryan Barnett, Sports Information Director here at Menlo College, and we are excited to be back for some 2021 early action. Of course, Menlo College opting out of competition here for the 2020-2021 school year, but that doesn't stop the teams from working out with each other, and we've got women's volleyball first. 3-on-3 action. And Jaden Scott sends it over the net. Abby Briggs digs it out. A bump set to Cassandra Orozco, and she gets the kill there. Our score now sits at 13-8. We've got 3-on-3 action, as we mentioned. So on the left side of your screen, we'll call this the green team. Believe that is Sky Botello serving now. Abby Briggs and Cassandra Orozco taking on Jaden Scott, Janae Wooten. And a nice swing there by, I believe, Amanda Scardino. Amanda, one of the newcomers to this team, as well as Cassandra and Sky. Our score now 13-9. Teams will be playing 10-minute contests here as back to serve. Once again, I believe that is Scardino. Bump set here, Briggs over to Orozco, dug out by Jaden Scott. Long bump set here from Janae Wooten, and back to Scott from the center of the court. Botello, Briggs, bump set to Orozco. It goes long, and that'll be a point over to, we'll call them the gray team. Our score now 13-10. Gray team trails with 1:39 remaining. Briggs, Botello, sets back to Briggs, who just punches it over the net. Mishandled there by Scardino. And the green team now up 14-10. 90 seconds remaining. The green team biding their time here. And back to serve it is Cassandra Orozco. Now, of course, if that name sounds familiar to those of you familiar with Menlo College athletics, the younger sister of four-time wrestling All-American Anthony Orozco. The nice kill there. I believe that was Jaden Scott, and she makes it 11-14. Gray team needs to come back in a hurry here. With 1 minute remaining, Janae Wooten back to serve. The service from Wooten. Dug out nicely by Briggs. Bump set by Botello. Over to Orozco. Mishandled. And now it's 14-12. Let's see how the comeback opportunity, let's see if it goes for the gray team. Wooten serves. Orozco. Botello to Briggs in the middle, and mishandled by Jaden Scott, and that may be all she wrote for the gray team. Green team now leads it 15-12. Abby Briggs back to serve. The senior middle blocker out of Aubrey, and a beautiful service ace down the line that will in fact seal the deal here for game one. 10 seconds remaining. Deep breath from Briggs. She serves it. Wooten. Jaden Scott over to Scardino off the top of the net. What a dig there by Abby Briggs. Orozco swings on it as the buzzer sounds. Give her the kill. First match goes to the green team. Orozco, Botello, and Briggs, 17-12. We'll reset here, take a quick break, and be back with more volleyball action. Green team takes set one by a final score of 17-12. We're back here for round 2 of the Menlo College Women's Volleyball 3-on-3 tournament. We've got Team Frosty dressed in the white on the left side of your screen, or beg your pardon, on my left, on your right. And on the left side of your screen, Team Black. Team Frosty represented by Lauren Schaefer, Becca Bealby, and Kyla Iwohi, 2 new names on that team, taking on Team Black, Luciana Herrera, Shauna Thompson, and Gabby Boato. Schaefer will serve it up first. The senior out of Yorba Linda, California, in her second year with the Oaks. Line drive, mishandled, and it's a service ace. Back here from a brief delay, our score is 2-2 as Lauren Schaefer swings on it, mishandled by Shauna Thompson, back onto Team Frosty's side. Bump set over to Lauren Schaefer. Boato sends it back to the white team side. That is Team Frosty. Bump set there by Iwohi, and a nice dig by Herrera, the 3-year now libero. She's a senior, but starting at libero for now, her 3rd year. Schaefer swings on it. It goes long. And the score now 3-2. In favor of Team Black. Shauna Thompson, a freshman out of Honolulu, Hawaii, and a graduate of Sacred Hearts Academy, now serving. Dug out there by Iwohi, the defensive specialist. Bump set by BLB, back to Iwohi. Free ball here for Team Black. Herrera, bump set in the middle to Shauna Thompson, well long. And our score is 3-3. Of course, match 1 went the way of the Lucky 3, team dressed in green, represented by Abby Briggs, Sky Botello, and Cassandra Orozco, 17-12. The nice kill there by Shauna Thompson makes it 4-3. Of course, for those of you joining us a little bit late, we're going 10-minute contest here. Our score right now for Team Black as Gabby Boato serves. It's 4 serving 3, and it goes long, making it 4-4. It is Lauren Schaefer to serve. Mishandled by the middle blocker, Shauna Thompson. And that makes it 5-4. Team Frosty. Of course, Team Frosty going to be represented on the scoreboard on the blue side, although dressed in whites. Bump set here, Herrera to Shauna Thompson. Lauren Schaefer digs it out. Bealby back to Schaefer and sent back onto the white team side, Team Frosty, by Shauna Thompson. Schaefer cross court, nicely dug out from a knee by Luciana Herrera. Thompson sends it into the net. And that will be another point for Team Frosty on a roll here behind the service of Lauren Schaefer. The Oaks, one of the Oaks' most consistent behind the service line last year. Came up with a career best 4 service aces a season ago against Pacific Union. And of course, sort of a Swiss Army knife for the Oaks. Great defensively and offensively. Nice dig there by Boato. Bump set by Herrera and fanned over the net by Shauna Thompson. Iwohi, Bealby to Schaefer down the line, but just long. And that'll be a point for the black team, or Team Black, or as we were just notified by Coach Denise Sheldon, they will go by the Baby Blues. Schaefer swings on it, Dug out easily by the experienced libero. Herrera, something she's not that experienced at, swinging on it and dug out by Iwohi. Boato. Herrera, bump set back to Boato. Let's see if that one will count. Looked like could have been a tip ball call there. No, it'll go for the Baby Blues. 7-5 our score. Herrera serves, last year's service ace leader, and there's a service ace for her. The senior out of Murrieta, California, makes it 7-6. Herrera to serve again. One of two players hailing from Murrieta. Bob. She'll fan it over the net with the southpaw, Boato. Herrera bump set to Shauna Thompson. Mistimed the jump there, and that will be, or make it 8-6 in favor of Team Frosty. Kyla Iwohi back to serve. Out of Laie, Hawaii, or beg your pardon, out of Mililani, Hawaii. Her serve goes wide, and handled by Sky Botello, who's reffing down the line. She is out of Laie, Hawaii. 8-7 our score. Shauna Thompson, one of the three from Hawaii. We've just talked about all of them, or at least three newcomers from Hawaii. A nice set piece there by Bob. She's a junior, transfer out of Cuyamaca College in San Diego. Shauna Thompson, a beautiful dig over to Herrera and dug out by Iwohi. Bob to Schaefer. It goes long. We are knotted up at 8 apiece here. Team Frosty and the Baby Blues. Shauna Thompson serves with 3:48 remaining. Down the line, handled by Schaefer, and she'll get a chance to swing on it as well. Dug out once again by Thompson. She gets low for it. Off the top of the tape, tough one to play there. Good heads-up play by the senior Schaefer. Herrera sends it over to Thompson off the top of the tape, and we'll give her the kill. 9 serving 8. Shauna Thompson to serve after that deceptive kill off the top of the tape. As we mentioned, she hails from Honolulu, Hawaii, the big 6-foot middle blocker. Bob long set to Schaefer, who punches it over the net, and that one falls in. That makes our score 9-all. We do apologize for some technical difficulties at the moment with our camera stream. We will get those worked out in between games. There's a nice swing there, but an even better dig by Kyla Iwohi. Schaefer sends it long. That makes our score 10 serving 9. Once again, it's Gabby Boato. Boato out of Oxnard, California, down in the Southern California area. Transfer from Ventura College, and she comes up with the service ace, flexing for it with some excitement. Now it's a 2-point lead for the Baby Blues, who are looking to seal the deal here with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Boato, hard line drive again. Handled there by Schaefer, swinging on it. Iwohi, give her that kill. The defensive specialist showing off the hops there. And that should make it 11-10. 10 serving 11. Lauren Schaefer sends it over the net. Thompson, Boato sets it to Luciana Herrera, and there is Bob to handle it. Bump set by Iwohi. Over to Lauren Schaefer, give her the kill. Let's see, we have a scoring discrepancy. We've got a scoreboard showing 12-10, and we're showing 11-11 on our broadcast.
All right then, sir.
We'll get the change there. Tied up with 80 ticks remaining. 11-all. Lauren Schaefer to serve. Cross court. Herrera. Boato to Thompson off the top of the tape. Dugout getting low there was Iwohi. Schaefer swings on it. Once again, the top of the tape, a familiar place for this volleyball. Nearly a perfect dig there by Iwohi. Bob tried to get her hands up, but it'll be a kill for the Baby Blues as they go ahead. Once again, 12-11, 53 seconds and counting. Down the line from Herrera. Bob. Iwohi right back to Bob. The southpaw sends it over to Herrera. Boato back to Herrera. And it goes along to tie it up at 12. Got a great contest here between Team Frosty and the Baby Blues. Herrera, Boato to Thompson, give her the kill. That makes it 13-12, Baby Blues. Time ticking away for Team Frosty. What do they have left in the tank? Thompson spins the ball in her left hand, throws it up, and sends it over the net. Iwohi, Bealby, long set over to Schaefer, misplayed, and that will do it for round 2. Baby Blues take it 14-12. And we have one win each for the Lucky 3 and Baby Blues. We'll stay with you here as we'll have a brief break for the next two teams to get on the court. I'd like to introduce you to the Menlo Oaks for those of you not quite yet familiar. The Oaks last season, 19-11, a truly magnificent year, 14-4, which made them the regular season Golden State Athletic Conference champions under the what was third year, now fourth year, direction of head coach Denise Sheldon, who holds a record of 56-30. And of course, we can't forget the 2019 Golden State Athletic Conference Coach of the Year. Now, the Oaks graduated 4 from a season ago. Those 4 being Emily Sonata, Nicole DiMartino, and of course, All-Americans Moya Keikoha and Pamela Dungo. But they bring in 7 new faces this year. We'll introduce you to them right now in numeric order. First up, Shauna Thompson. We saw her in action with the Baby Blues, a 6-foot freshman middle blocker out of Honolulu and a graduate of Sacred Hearts Academy, where she led them to a 2018 HHSAA Division II championship. They won 11 of their last 12 en route to that championship. And quote from Coach Denise Sheldon about Shauna, she has an unbelievably fast arm and great range. You just saw it as an example as her team took their first game. Of course, Shauna Thompson on Team Baby Blues. Next new player, a libero out of Laie, Hawaii, number 5, Sky Botello, 5'6" freshman, graduate of Kahuku High School, where she was a 4-year varsity libero. Started in every match at libero from her sophomore year onward at Kahuku, where her team finished 3rd in the state when she was a sophomore, 4th as a junior, and of course, no slouch in the classroom as well. Sky Botello, 4 years on the honor roll at Kahuku High School. We also have Cassandra Orozco, who will wear number 6 this year. Orozco, middle blocker out of Murrieta, California, a freshman, standing at 6'1", a graduate of Murrieta Valley High School, not to be confused with Murrieta Mesa High School, where Luciana Herrera, the Oaks senior libero, is out of. Cassandra, of course, the younger sister of Anthony Orozco, the Oaks 4-time All-American wrestler who graduated a year ago. And she will be joining the Oaks after a 350-kill season at Murrieta Valley. And took them to the Division II Southern Section Championship match, holding a 3.7 GPA. Step aside for a quick break and introduce you to the next new Oaks when we get back here on the Menlo College Sports Network. We return here for match 3 of the Menlo College Women's Volleyball 3-on-3 tournament. 6-2 our score. Now it is 6-3. Baby Blues on the left side of your screen. Luciana Herrera, Shauna Thompson, and Gabby Boato. Taking on the gray team. We do not have a name for them yet, but a nice dig there by Amanda Scardino. The gray team consists of Amanda Scardino, Jaden Scott, and Janae Wooten. Luciana Herrera back to serve. 4 serving 6. Herrera, the senior libero. Nice dig there by Jaden Scott. Sets Scardino. She slaps it over the net. Thompson. Herrera to Thompson. Give her the kill. That makes it 5 serving 6. A roaring comeback so far for the Baby Blues. Herrera serves again cross court. Scardino. Wooten sets Jaden Scott, but she misplays it there. Jaden Scott playing that like a middle blocker. Of course, she was a middle blocker a season ago. Moving to a more outside opposite role this season. Cross court, Scardino. Playing it off the net nicely, Janae Wooten, and this time Jaden Scott gets it over the net. Herrera, Boato, Thompson sends it long. Point for the gray team, make it 7-6. Janae Wooten will serve. The junior Swiss Army knife for the Oaks out of Humble, Texas. She's set, she's played some defensive specialists, and she's played some outside hitter. Nice serve, handled by Herrera. Thompson swings on it off the top of the tape. Will give her the kill. Ties things up at 7 apiece. Just about halfway through this contest between the Baby Blues, who've taken 1, and the gray team, who has not yet taken a match. Thompson sends it just over the net. Scardino, a nice dig. Back set from Janae Wooten, swung on by Jaden Scott. Boato sets Herrera. Scardino. Jaden Scott, a bump set, and who will call it? Punch straight into the net and back onto the gray team side by Amanda Scardino. And that will make it 8 serving 7 in favor of the Baby Blues. Shauna Thompson to serve again. Shauna sends another nice line drive, this time dug out by Scardino cleanly. Set and a hit into the net by Jaden Scott. That makes it 9-7. Baby Blues trying to mount a lead here. I should say a larger lead. Bear with us, folks. As we mentioned, it's been exactly 356 days since we've been on the air here. A nice dig there by Herrera. Boato, bump set, and mishandled by Thompson. Teams trading errors here, and now it'll be 8 serving 9. Jaden Scott to serve. The senior out of Escalon in California's Central Valley comes up with a service ace, and we're tied up at 9 apiece now, 4-19, as the gray team looks to pick up their first win of the day. Scott's service off the top of the tape. There's Herrera. Boato sets it to Herrera in the middle. Handled by Jaden Scott. Wooten, long set to Scardino. Tip ball and give her the kill. Nicely done by the freshman, Amanda Scardino, out of Woodside High School, just down the road. A former Woodside Wildcat turned Menlo Oak. Nice float serve there, handled by Boato. Bump set by Herrera, over her head to Shauna Thompson, who sends it from high in the sky down to earth. And that'll tie us up at 10. Gabby Boato to serve again. The junior college transfer out of Oxnard, California, and Ventura College, a former Ventura Pirate. Scardino, a nice swing there, but dug out by Boato. Bump set to Shauna Thompson in the middle. Give her the kill. Shauna Thompson having a nice day for herself. Makes it 11-10 as Gabby Boato back to serve. The Oaks bringing in 2 new setters this year to fill the big shoes of Pamela Dungo, those being Gabby Boato and Becca Bealby. Boato comes up with another service ace, her second on the day. Boato, check her service ace numbers from a season ago. She had 63 of them, or 63 over her 2 seasons at Ventura College, but that one's a service error. And now let's see what the gray team can do. Amanda Scardino to serve. Scardino will wear number 18 when the Oaks dress in their uniforms again, a 5'10 freshman. Outside hitter. Knuckleball there handled by Boato nicely. Bump set by Herrera to Shauna Thompson, but misplayed, and we're tied up at 12, 2:23 remaining. Now, definitely a new aspect of volleyball, at least from my vantage point as a broadcaster, with the time bringing a new meaning of excitement to this 3-on-3 tournament. Scardino serves it long, and that makes it 13-12. Scardino, the lone outside hitter the Oaks brought in this season. Of course, they graduated 2 in the forms of Moya Keiko'oha and Nicole DiMartino. A nice dig by Herrera. Bump set by Boato to Thompson. Just misses that back corner. And that'll tie it up at 13 all. Good idea there by the freshman middle blocker, Shauna Thompson. She just missed that coffin corner with the swing. Janae Wooten sends it over to Luciana Herrera. Boato sets Thompson again. Give her the kill. Shauna Thompson showing us for the first time on the Menlo College Sports Network what she can do, and we are very happy to see it. She goes back to serve now. 80 seconds remain in this third contest. Dug out by Jaden Scott. Now back set to Amanda Scardino, and it goes long. 15-13, the Baby Blues. Shauna Thompson continuing her run behind the service line. 1 minute remaining here in this third contest. Will it be the Baby Blues picking up their second win, or will it be the Gray team with the comeback here? Jaden Scott sets Amanda Scardino. She sends it high into the air, and Luciana Herrera is there. Boato sets a nice play, and we'll see is that we will not give the kill there to Shauna Thompson. Once again, a good idea, but in 3-on-3 volleyball, you cannot play a tip ball in front of that touch line. So it'll be a point for the Gray team. Thompson this time sends it into the net. We're tied up at 15. 24 ticks remaining. Will this be the decisive point? Jaden Scott back to serve. The senior out of Escalon. She sends it into play. Boato. Herrera. Bump set to Shauna Thompson. She sends it down for the kill. 16-15, the Baby Blues. 5 seconds remaining. Boato will take the ball. Let's see if she serves it. Will they play out this last point? Indeed they will. Boato, nearly a service ace, but Scardino saves Scott. Scott swings on it. Thompson, Boato, long set to Herrera down the line. There's Janae Wooten. Jaden Scott sends it back to Wooten, and that one falls in to tie us up. Bonus volleyball coming up. As Coach Bryant Tran and Denise Sheldon call out, this is for the game. 16 all. Amanda Scardino, the freshman, to serve. Skies it over to Herrera. Boato sets Shauna Thompson. Nicely dug out by Janae Wooten. Scott sets Wooten. Boato digs it out. Can Herrera get there? She can. Boato cannot get the final touch on it. And the Gray team gets their first win of the afternoon, 17-16. And now we've got 3 games, 3 points to 3 different teams. The lone team that has not gotten on the board, Team Frosty, they'll be on the court next. Step aside. Or in fact, no, first we'll continue introducing you to our new Oaks. Where we left off, Cassandra Orozco, the 6'1 freshman middle blocker out of Murrieta. We also have Kyla Iwohi, a 5'3 freshman libero out of Mililani, Hawaii, Mililani High School graduate. 4-year varsity libero at Mililani. Led the Trojans to 4 straight conference titles, not losing a conference match in that time. She also spent 4 years on the honor roll at Mililani. Also joining the Oaks, Amanda Scardino, who we just saw play. 5'10 freshman outside hitter, local product. She prepped out of Woodside High School, as we mentioned. 2 years on the varsity squad for the Woodside Wildcats. And she had 102 kills, 19 service aces, and 105 digs in those 2 years. She spent 4 years as a scholar athlete for the Wildcats. Last but certainly not least, we'll introduce you to a duo of new setters for the Oaks, Gabby Boato and Rebecca Bealby. Becca Bealby, as she'll go by with the Oaks. The two, yes, setters, but very different, at least in stature. Boato standing at 5'2", 682 assists, 63 service aces, and 255 digs in her 2 seasons at Ventura College. She hails from Oxnard, California, of course, down nice beach town in Southern California, about halfway between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. She helped the Ventura College Pirates to the 2018 Western State Conference Championship. She also prepped at Rio Mesa High School in Oxnard, where she led them to their first league title in program history and was named first team All-League as a senior. She stacked up with Becca Bealby, a 5'10 junior setter out of San Diego and a transfer from Cuyamaca College. Transfer setter tallied 383 assists, 20 aces, and 90 digs in those 2 seasons at Cuyamaca. An all-conference setter last year, finishing 4th in the conference in assists and 7th in service aces. She prepped at Rancho Bernardo High School, where she was 3-time on the honor roll. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of our 4th contest of the day that will feature Team Frosty and the Lucky Three. We'll be back here on the Menlo College Sports Network. Round 4 here of the Menlo College Women's Volleyball 3-on-3 tournament. Sky Botello sends it into play off the hands of her fellow freshman defensive specialist Kyla Iwohi, and that will make it 1-0. This is the lucky 3 on the left side of your screen. Team Frosty on the right side. Team Frosty, the lone winless team so far today. Botello sends it off the top of the net. Nice dig by Schaefer. BLB back to Schaefer, and there was Botello. Botello swings on it. Beg your pardon, that's Abby Briggs from the hands of Botello. BLB sets Schaefer. Briggs off the top of the net. Botello and able to get it over with a heroic play. Cassandra Orozco. We may have an illegal touch there. In fact, we do. Right idea from BLB. Not in 3-on-3 volleyball, and that makes it 2-0. A little tip ball back swipe there, but she was inside the touchline. The ball fell on the opposite touchline. So no point for Team Frosty. 2-0, lucky 3. Cassandra Orozco to serve. Orozco sends it over. Iwohi, BLB to Schaefer. Everyone getting a touch and a big kill from Lauren Schaefer to put Team Frosty on the board. Schaefer goes back to serve now. Lauren Schaefer, a big part of the Oaks last year, as we mentioned. Came up big for the Oaks when both of their liberos went down. So she dressed at libero for 5 games last year. As there's a big kill from Cassandra Orozco, making it 3-1. And Abby Briggs goes back to serve. So a team with a pair of middle blockers and a defensive specialist taking on a team with an outside hitter, setter, and defensive specialist. BLB sets Schaefer. Give her the kill. 3-2 our score. Iwohi back to serve. Early on in this one, it's 2 serving 3. Orozco. Bump set there by Botello. And on to Team Frosty's side. Schaefer again. Cross court. Another nice dig by Orozco. Playing like a libero. Missed touch there, a little too long on it from Abby Briggs, and we are tied up at 3 apiece, but 2 brilliant diving digs by Cassandra Orozco. Down the line, there is Orozco again. Botello bumps it right back to Orozco, and she goes with the soft stuff handled by Bowato. BLB bump set to Schaefer, low line drive, nice dig by Briggs. And swung on, give the kill to Cassandra Orozco. We've been calling her name. 2 middle blockers on the Oaks this year. 2 freshman middle blockers, I should say. Both looking good so far. Shauna Thompson for the Baby Blues. Cassandra Orozco for the lucky 3. Iwohi, BLB to Schaefer into the net. 5-3 lucky 3 as they look to be the first team to earn their second victory. Team Frosty still looking for their first, trailing 5-3, 6:45 remaining. Schaefer sends it off the net, and unable to handle it is the setter BLB. 6-3, the lucky 3 have doubled up on Team Frosty, and what do you know? It's a divisible of 3 here in this 3-on-3 tournament. Nice dig there by Schaefer. BLB bumps it over to Schaefer. Give her the kill. A questionable one there, and you can see Abby Briggs kicking herself as that one likely would have gone long. But instead it is a point for Team Frosty. BLB to serve. Briggs. Orozco back to Briggs. A deep swing there, and it's handled, almost a free ball opportunity here. Lauren Schaefer swings, nicely dug from a knee by Abby Briggs. Botello back to Briggs. Give her the kill. Something we became accustomed to seeing a season ago. Abby Briggs kills. She tallied 111 last year. I believe that is good for 3rd amongst returners on the Oaks, behind Lauren Schaefer and Jaden Scott. Iwohi, BLB to Schaefer, and there is Abby Briggs. Botello sets Orozco cross court and mishandled, sent. I guess you could call those the upper decks of our bleachers here, albeit 6 rows up. That makes it 8-4. Once again, this one so far has been all about the lucky 3 and the great play by middle blockers Abby Briggs and Cassandra Orozco. Orozco off the top of the tape. What a service ace. 9-4 lucky 3. halfway through this contest. Let's see what Team Frosty has left in the tank. They trail by 5. Still plenty of time. 5 minutes remaining. As Orozco sends it into play. Bealby sets Schaefer. Soft stuff. There was Abby Briggs. Botello sets Orozco. And it goes long. Comeback opportunity number 1 for Team Frosty. Lauren Schaefer to serve. 4:30 remaining. Lauren Schaefer with her signature, call that a bunny hop float serve. You know, not fully a float, not fully a jump serve, and it's been consistent for the Oaks. Cross court, there was Abby Briggs. Botello sets Orozco cross court, and that one goes wide. Here comes Team Frosty behind the serve of Lauren Schaefer. Schaefer again, her signature serve this time goes cross court. Orozco, Botello, back set to Abby Briggs on that twist play, but dug out nicely by Iowohi. Schaefer swings on it down the line. There's Botello. Back set from Briggs to Orozco. Handled once again nicely by Iowohi. Schaefer swings. Give her the kill, Lauren Schaefer. And she makes it 9-7 and buys herself another trip behind that service line. Schaefer to serve. Cross court. May have been a little wide. You could see the hesitation by Orozco, but she got her hands on it. It's a service ace. And just like that, that's 4 straight rattled off by Team Frosty, and they trail by just 1 with 3 minutes remaining. This time down the line. Briggs, some hesitation, but she gets to it. Now Orozco, tip ball. Miscommunication there, a slight collision, nothing terrible, but Bealby and Iowohi got their wires crossed, and that'll end the run for Team Frosty. 10 serving 8. Abby Briggs to serve for the lucky 3. Down the line, what a service ace. And Abby Briggs goes on these tears behind the service line. I remember last year she went through a span, and I've got it right here in my notes, 12 service aces in the span of 2 games against Arizona Christian and OUAZ. Bealby, Iowohi, right back to Bealby. And that one goes long, restoring their lead. The lucky 3, it's now 12 serving 8 with 2.5 minutes remaining. Briggs to serve. A nice set by Bealby, and there's Schaefer just to bump it over. Free ball here for the lucky 3, but miscommunication cost them the point. A bump set there by Briggs, and both Botello and Orozco stood there flat-footed. And you know what we say, though, you know, it's a good thing that they're getting practice in. Just freshmen, both Botello and Orozco. And they'll get better at that as time goes on. A nice service ace there from Kyla Iowohi makes it 12-10, just under 2 minutes remaining. Iowohi to serve again, coming off that service ace. She goes with the jumper, handled by Briggs. Bumps up by Botello to Orozco, and nicely dug out by Iowohi. Bealby sets it over to Lauren Schaefer. Abby Briggs handles it. Briggs swings on it from the back line, and it goes wide. Once again within 1. Do not believe Team Frosty has had a lead so far, but they've cut it to 1. Here's a chance to tie it up. 11 serving 12. It's Kyla Iowohi, the freshman out of Mililani, Hawaii. Off the top of the tape, a nice serve, but a better dig by Briggs. She swings on it from the middle and gets a masterful kill. Now 13 serving 11. Still plenty of time for Team Frosty to come back in this one, only trailing by 2. Sinker, Iowohi gets it up, and there is Bealby to Schaefer, handled by Briggs. Bump set here by Botello, and it's a free ball. Abby Briggs just has to bump it over. Bealby, a nice set to Iowohi, tip ball. Give her the kill. Back to a 1-point game, 45 seconds remaining. Team Frosty trying to pull off the win. They have not led once this match. Nice serve there by Bealby. Orozco, Botello, back to Orozco. The freshman duo combined for the kill. And it's 14 serving 12. Orozco back to serve. 24 seconds remaining. 14 serving 12. Down the line. And that's a service ace for Cassandra Orozco. Let's see if the lucky 3 can put the cherry on top here with 10 seconds remaining. Orozco coming off that big service ace to give her team the 3-point lead. Down the line again, and it's another service ace for Cassandra Orozco. As time expires, it's 16-12. Lucky 3 earns their second win of the day and keeps Team Frosty winless. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back for our next contest, round 5. So far, the Lucky 3 lead it with 2, but hot on their tails, the Gray Team and the Baby Blues. Team Frosty still looking to get on the board. We'll be back on the Menlo College Sports Network. Match 5 here coming up, and the Lucky 3 a chance to put this one on ice. They already have 2 wins today. They'll be taking on the Baby Blues, who have 1 so far. Baby Blues consisting of Luciana Herrera, Shauna Thompson, and Gabby Bellato on the right side of your screen, dressed in black. The Lucky 3, of course, in green on the left-hand side of your screen, consisting of Cassandra Orozco, Sky Botello, and Abby Briggs. Orozco to start things off here for the Lucky 3. She's coming off a big game. They got the Lucky 3 their second win against Team Frosty. Her service, and it's a service ace for Orozco, feeling herself behind the service line. That makes it 1-0, Lucky 3. Of course, Lucky 3 built up a big lead the last time they were out against Team Frosty. Team Frosty came roaring back, got it within 1 a couple of times, but could not get over the hump as Orozco has another service ace under her belt. Makes it 2-0, Lucky 3. Orozco back to serve again. Into the net. So her service run ends at 2 consecutive aces before the service error. Now Luciana Herrera, the Oaks service ace leader from a season ago, back to serve. The Herrera service cross court. Briggs, Botello, sets Orozco, and there was Luciana Herrera. Bellato, long set to Shauna Thompson, mistimes her jump, and it's 3-1 Lucky 3. Similar start to how we got started against Team Frosty just 10 minutes ago. Abby Briggs now back to serve. Goes with the knuckler, handled by Schaefer. Shauna Thompson swings on it. First time it was too short, this time too long. And that makes it 4-1 Lucky 3. Abby Briggs continuing this service run. Briggs sends it over the net. Herrera, Bellato to Shauna Thompson, dug out by Abby Briggs. Botello sets Briggs in the middle. What a dig there by Shauna Thompson. Bellato sets Herrera back onto the Lucky 3 side. Botello, Briggs right back to Botello. Bellato gets her hands on it. Bum set there by Luciana Herrera, back to Shauna Thompson. Orozco, Botello, Briggs in the middle. Give her the kill. Perfectly placed there. And that makes it 5-1 Lucky 3. Abby Briggs to serve again. The senior out of Aubrey, California, and transfer from Fresno City College. Herrera, Bellato. Shauna Thompson unable to get to that one as the set sort of ran away from her there off the hands of Bellato. Makes it 6-1 Lucky 3. Abby Briggs to serve again. 6 serving 1. Another knuckling serve, no movement on it all. Dug out by Herrera, and she'll swing on it as well. It goes long. Lucky 3 running away with this one so far, but plenty of time remaining. 7:15 to go here in match number 5 of this 3-on-3 tournament. Abby Briggs to serve. Herrera, Bellato to Shauna Thompson off the top of the tape, and she ends the momentum for the Lucky 3. Let's see if this can be a momentum swing as the Baby Blues now get to serve. Pausing to lace up the shoes there. Shauna Thompson. Thompson bounces the ball down at her knees. Her service. Cross court. Botello. Briggs. Bump set back to Botello and dug out by Bellato. Herrera over to Shauna Thompson. Down the line. It goes wide. Back with the service, the Lucky 3 ahead now 8-2. Sky Botello to serve out of Laie, Hawaii on the north shore of Oahu. Her service, Shauna Thompson. Gabby Bellato, a back set to Luciana Herrera, and it's nicely dug out by Botello, the defensive specialist. Orozco off the top of the tape, give her the kill. 9-2. The Oaks lead this one, or beg your pardon, of course we're all Oaks here. The Lucky 3 lead this one, 9-2. Botello's service. Thompson, Bellato right back to Thompson. Tip ball nicely dug out by Bellato. Briggs over to Orozco, sinker. There was Bellato, one touched over by Luciana Herrera. Botello sets Orozco, cross court. There was Shauna Thompson. Bellato bump set. over to Luciana Herrera and back onto the Baby Blues side. Set piece there, handled by Cassandra Orozco. Botello sets Briggs. There's Herrera. Good rally here. Fanned over the net by Boato. A nice sliding touch piece by Botello and back onto the Baby Blues. It'll be a swing from Shauna Thompson, and she sends it into the net. 10-2. Lucky 3 is that was one of the best rallies we've had all night. All afternoon, I should say, is we missed some Friday night volleyball action, but it'll be here sooner rather than later. A service ace there, nicely done by Sky Botello, makes it 11-2 with 5 minutes remaining. Botello to serve again. Line drive, handled by Herrera. Boato, bump set to Thompson into the net, make it 12-2. It's a 10-point lead for the Lucky 3, who've been on fire all afternoon long. A win would make them uncatchable in this round-robin play. Boato sets Herrera in the middle. Dug out by Briggs. Botello sets Orozco. Give her the kill. Here in match 5, it's been all about the Lucky 3 as they lead it now 13-2. Serve from Botello. Mishandled. It's a service ace, 14-2. As, of course, no timeouts here in this contest, but this would be about the time you'd see Coach Denise Sheldon burning one to see if she could get her team to regroup. The Lucky Blues needing to regroup in the worst kind of way. The Baby Blues, beg your pardon. Herrera swings on it down the line, handled by Botello. Briggs, a bump set back to Cassandra Orozco. She sends it into the net, and it's 14-3. Let's see what the Baby Blues can do now. Can they forge a run here, trailing by 11? Of course, 14-3 here, our score. 3 serving 14, it's Gabby Boato. Boato, the setter out of Oxnard, California, down the line. Orozco. Botello, back set over to Abby Briggs, and it's handled by Shauna Thompson. Boato sets Herrera down the line. Nicely handled there by Botello. Now Orozco, cross court. It falls in, perfectly placed by Cassandra Orozco. 3 minutes remaining. It's 15-3, Lucky 3. Of course, you can see the Lucky 3 enjoying themselves. Their senior captain, Abby Briggs, and a pair of freshmen, Cassandra Orozco and Sky Botello. Boato will swing on it, her first swing of the contest. It's dug out by Botello and swung on by Orozco. Boato sends it over the top of the net. A nice diving dig there by Botello. Briggs swings on it, dug out by Shauna Thompson. Boato to Luciana Herrera. Give her the kill. Nicely placed by the libero turned outside hitter, Luciana Herrera. 4 serving 15, Herrera to serve. The Oaks, or the Baby Blues, in big need of a Luciana Herrera service run. Botello swings on it, dug out by Boato. Bump set over to Shauna Thompson. Too long on that one. 16-4. 2 minutes remaining. Lucky 3 ahead here. Abby Briggs to serve. Shauna Thompson. Boato in the middle to Herrera, and it's dug out by Botello. Briggs bump sets Orozco, and it falls right in between Boato and Herrera. 17-4. Abby Briggs to serve. Floater, handled there by Boato. Plenty of time to play it. Boato will swing on it. Gets under it. Abby Briggs handles it. Botello bump set to Orozco. She sends it into the net. That makes it 17-5. 1:20 remaining. Orozco to serve it. Or beg your pardon, that's Shauna Thompson. Thompson down the line, handled by Botello. Briggs, bump set, back to Botello. Give her the kill. All about the Lucky 3 here as they lead it by an unlucky 13, 18-5. Botello to serve. Line drive handled by Herrera. Boato sets Shauna Thompson. Too much mustard on that one, 19-5. Botello to serve again. The freshman out of Laie, a graduate of Kahuku High School. Nice play there by Boato, trying to catch the lucky three off guard. Botello was not fooled, and a masterful kill off the top of the tape. Up and down there by Cassandra Orozco. She recognized the opening on the floor, slammed it off the top of the tape, and got the bounce there. Unable to get to it, Gabby Boato. Botello down the line. Herrera. Boato to Thompson. It goes long. That makes it 21-5. As the horn will sound. And that's all she wrote for this contest. No, we did get a final serve in as Herrera will swing on it. Briggs, Botello bumps it right back to Briggs. She sends it into the net. So it'll be 21-6 our score here. Lucky three take this one, and they win their third contest of the day. Right behind them, the Gray team and the Baby Blues with one. Team Frosty unable to get a win, but they'll be on the court next when we come back on the Menlo College Sports Network. Match 6, our final match of round robin play here in the Menlo College Women's Volleyball 3-on-3 tournament, at least for today, Friday. These tournaments we will see these tournaments, I should say, most likely every Friday from here on out, so stay tuned. Sometimes we'll be bringing them to you with the broadcast, other times just with the live shot, but we'll be bringing you Menlo College women's volleyball action here on the Menlo College Sports Network for the foreseeable future. Match 6 will feature the gray team on the right side of your screen and Team Frosty on the left side of your screen. Both teams effectively playing for second place here. Of course, Team Frosty playing for a three-way tie for second place. The gray team here playing for the sole possession of second place. Lauren Schaefer sends it into play, handled by Jaden Scott. Janae Wooten sends it over to Amanda Scardino for the opening kill. Scardino makes it 1-0. Here, gray team leads as Janae Wooten back to serve. The gray team able to take their matchup with Team Frosty and dropped a matchup to the lucky 3. Schaefer swings on it, cross court. Mishandled there by Jaden Scott, and that'll make it 1 apiece here early on, just 40 seconds in. Back to serve Kyla Iwohi. Iwohi sends it into the net. That'll make it 2-1 gray team. Jaden Scott to serve. This team featured senior Jaden Scott, junior Janae Wooten, and freshman Amanda Scardino. Service mishandled by Becca Bealby, and it's a service ace. 3-1 our score. Scott to serve. Into the net. That makes it 3-2. Of course, the service ace bug, I could say, would be the one Achilles heel for this Oaks squad a season ago. Of course, this Golden State Athletic Conference champion Oaks squad, they have games where they just get bit by that service error bug, as it's a nice kill there from Jaden Scott to make it 4-2. Otherwise, this team seemed to be firing on all cylinders, and they returned a couple of big pieces. Last year's service ace and digs leader Luciana Herrera, and the player who finished second in kills last year, Jaden Scott, who swings on it there. Kyla Iwohi digs it out. Bealby sets Schaefer cross court into the net off the hands of Jaden Scott. Give her the kill. I should say there, give Lauren Schaefer the kill, as the ball was off the hands of Jaden Scott, and that makes it 3-4 as Team Frosty looks to get on the board. Down the line from Lauren Schaefer, dug out by Janae Wooten. Bump set here, and Amanda Scardino swings on it. Lauren Schaefer mishandles. Janae Wooten digs it out. Jaden Scott, a nice swing. Kyla Iwohi was ready. Lauren Schaefer. Janae Wooten digs it out. No, bump set here. Jaden Scott back to Wooten into the net. Point Team Frosty. We're all tied up at 4. Lauren Schaefer goes back to serve again. The senior out of Yorba Linda, California, sharing a hometown with former U.S. President Richard Nixon. Her service, dug out there by Jaden Scott, set by Janae Wooten, and Scardino swings on it to her freshman teammate turned opponent, Kayla Iwohi. Nice kill there by Lauren Schaefer, and it makes it 5-4. Team Frosty has their first lead of the contest. 6:55 remaining. Schaefer serves. Scott. Wooten. To Scardino. Sends it hard into the net. Point Team Frosty. And they are building on that lead as they look to pick up their first win of the afternoon and earn a share of second place, tied with the gray team who's on the court now and the Baby Blues, who are done in round robin play. A nice sinker there from Lauren Schaefer. And that makes it 7-4 on the service ace. Schaefer continuing this nice run behind the service line. Cross court. Scardino. Mishandled. Another service ace for Lauren Schaefer. Going on a nice run here. We mentioned a couple of times she tallied 4 service aces in a contest a year ago. Another sinker, another service ace. That's 3 in a row from the senior out of Yorba Linda in her second year with the Menlo Oaks. 9-4, Frosty leads. This time it's handled by Jaden Scott. Bump set by Janae Wooten to Amanda Scardino. It goes long. The run continues for Team Frosty as they're playing with some passion here, looking to get on the board. Schaefer to serve again. She tried to go with the sinker again. It worked well the first two times. This time just a little short on that one, and it makes it 10-5. Let's see what the answer is here from the gray team behind the service of Janae Wooten. Wooten serve. Cross court handled by Kyla Iwohi. Bealby sets Schaefer off the top of the tape. Well played by Jaden Scott. Jaden Scott is set there by Janae Wooten, but a little too high, and that's something we don't say very often. Janae Wooten, Jaden Scott with quite the vertical leap there, but even that one, Janae Wooten just sort of airmailed it, and it makes it 11-5, but the service by Kyla Iwohi goes long. Back over to the side of the gray team on the service now of Jaden Scott, one of two four-year seniors on this team. BLB digs it out to Iwohi, right back to BLB, and this time it's handled by Jaden Scott. Scardino will send it over the net, I should say. BLB, Iwohi to Schaefer, give her the kill. 12-6 Team Frosty. Becca Bealby back to serve. Becca out of San Diego, California. Her service down the line. Mishandled by Scardino, but somehow gets over the net. Bealby, a bump set to Schaefer, who sends it straight down for the kill. Lauren Schaefer taking over in this final contest of round robin play as Becca Bealby goes back to serve. 13 serving 6. Bealby sends it cross court, but into the net, makes it 13-7. And now Amanda Scardino, the freshman out of Woodside, back to serve. So newcomers from all different places here on this Oaks team. Hawaii, San Diego, Ventura County area, and then right here on the peninsula, a nice kill from Lauren Schaefer as she keeps her hot match going. Makes it 14-7 Team Frosty. Schaefer again the serve. Jaden Scott to Wooten. The dig led her a little too far as Wooten tried to send it back to her teammate, but instead sent it into the net. That makes it 15-7. Schaefer to serve again. Mishandled. It's another service ace for Lauren Schaefer. It's been the Lauren Schaefer show here in match 6, and Team Frosty looking like they will get on the board after all. The Schaefer service. Wooten sets Scardino cross court. There was Kyla Iwohi. Bump set by BLB to Lauren Schaefer. This one goes long. 8 serving 16. Janae Wooten back to serve. Janae, as we mentioned, hailing from Humboldt, Texas, and Texas going through some weather difficulties. That's quite the understatement, and we hope her family's doing all right over in Texas as scramble play there, but Team Frosty gets it over the net. Jaden Scott gets a swing on it, sends it long. Of course, many people in the Houston and San Antonio areas without power. Once again, wishing the Wooten family the best. Iwohi serves it, dug out by Jaden Scott. Wooten sets Scardino, give her the kill. 9 serving 17, 100 ticks remaining here in the final match of round robin play. And it looks like Team Frosty will get on the board. Float serve there, nicely dug out by Lauren Schaefer. She'll punch it over the net as well, give her the kill. 18-9, it's been a comfortable lead all afternoon here in match 6 for Team Frosty. Becca Bealby continues her service run ahead 9. The southpaw sends it in. Wooten sets it over to Scardino. Cross court handled by Lauren Schaefer. Bealby right back to Schaefer, but it's sent into the net. You could see there that Lauren Schaefer wanted that one a little bit more forward on the set. Once again, these teams still young, still new, getting to work together starting last month. Has a nice dig there, or a nice save, I should say, by Lauren Schaefer as she bumps it over. And Frosty gets it over the net. Bealby over to Iwohi, getting it on the second touch, trying to catch the gray team by surprise. They were not caught by surprise. Scardino sends it over. Bealby sets Schaefer cross court. Nicely dug out by Scardino. Wooten in the middle to Jaden Scott, but ready to play it off the deflection with the net was Lauren Schaefer. A nice pancake block there and getting it over Janae Wooten. 11 serving 18. This will probably be the final service here of this final contest of round robin play. Scardino sends it over. Bealby, bump set to Schaefer cross court. There was Jaden Scott. Wooten sets Scardino way long on that one. And this one ends 19-11 Team Frosty. So running away with round robin play was the Lucky Three. They won all three of their contests. The gray team, the Baby Blues, and Team Frosty all taking one to tie in second place. We'll be back with tournament play next here on the Menlo College Sports Network. So we move on to bracket play here. First up, we'll have the top-seeded Lucky 3 taking on the bottom-seeded Baby Blues. We'll play one set in each one of these contests to 15. Win by 2. So we'll have a good matchup here. Of course, on the left or right-hand side of your screen, my left, going from right to left, you have the Lucky 3, who went undefeated so far today. Abby Briggs, Cassandra Orozco, and Sky Botello taking on the Baby Blues on the left-hand side of your screen. Gabby Boato, Luciana Herrera, and Shauna Thompson. Good matchup so far here. These two teams squared off, had a good contest earlier. Cassandra Orozco will serve first for the Lucky 3, and we are underway here in the semifinals. Herrera digs it out, bump set from Boato to Shauna Thompson. Nice dig there by Orozco. She gets the set as well from Botello. Boato, bump set over to Shauna Thompson. There was Botello. Abby Briggs, bump set back to Botello off the top of the tape, and she has the first kill of the semifinals. It comes from Sky Botello. Cassandra Orozco holds serve here. Of course, as we mentioned, it was all about the Lucky 3 in pool play as the service goes into the net to tie it up at 1, but single elimination here in the bracket, so all bets are off. We'll see what the Baby Blues have left in the tank. Herrera to serve. Mishandled. Luciana Herrera with the service ace makes it 2-1. Herrera, as we've mentioned today, the service ace leader for the Oaks a year ago, and she sends one into the net to even things up at 2-all. Battle of Murrieta natives here. Of course, Herrera and Orozco. As Abby Briggs sends it over, Shauna Thompson digs it out. And right back to Thompson, and she gets the kill. Thompson sends it right in front of Cassandra Orozco. One middle blocker sending it towards another, and it's 3-2 Baby Blues. Thompson serve. Service ace, Shauna Thompson, and it's 4-2 Baby Blues. As we mentioned, this one's going to 15, win by 2. Shauna Thompson to serve. Abby Briggs. Sky Botello right back to Abby Briggs off the top of the tape, and getting down low for that one, Shauna Thompson. Herrera swings. Dug out by Abby Briggs. Botello sets Orozco. Mishandled by Gabby Boato. Give her the kill. Cassandra Orozco. Sky Botello now back to serve for the Lucky 3. They trail 4-3. Thompson. Boato to Herrera in the middle, and it's dug out by Sky Botello. Bump set over to Cassandra Orozco. Give her the kill. Tied up at 4 here in this first contest of the semifinals today. Lucky 3 Sky Botello continues her service run down the line. Thompson. Boato. Right back to Thompson. Give her the kill. Baby Blues now ahead 5-4. Gabby Boato back to serve. The newcomer for the Oaks, a junior out of Oxnard, California, with the service ace just trickling over the tape. She'll go back to serve again. We mentioned Ventura College, where she played her JC ball. Prior to that, she was at Rio Mesa High School in Oxnard. Abby Briggs sets Cassandra Orozco, dug out by Boato. Bump set here by Herrera to Shauna Thompson. There was Abby Briggs. Botello sets Orozco down the line. Once again, Boato was there. Bump set by Shauna Thompson to Luciana Herrera. Briggs was ready again. Long set to Cassandra Orozco. Tip ball. And caught flat-footed there was Gabby Boato, making it 5 serving 6. Cassandra Orozco back to serve. Of course, we mentioned Luciana Herrera out of Murrieta, as is Orozco. Boato Mishandles it. It's a service ace. And we are tied up at 6. A good one here between the Lucky 3 and the Baby Blues. Again, the service from Orozco. Dug out this time by Herrera cleanly. Boato to Thompson. Feigns it over the net. There was Botello. Bump set by Orozco to Abby Briggs in the middle. Nice diving dig there. Boato goes with the set piece over the net. Abby Briggs was ready. She'll get the set as well. Send it down. But able to handle it was Herrera. It's a free ball over from Shauna Thompson. Botello. Briggs to Orozco. Down the line there was Boato. Herrera calls for it. Sets Thompson and Orozco handles it. Bump set here to Abby Briggs. Down the line there was Luciana Herrera. Boato sets Shauna Thompson and able to get it over the Lucky 3. Boato sets Herrera, and once again, this team loving the scramble volleyball, the Lucky 3, and they get the point. Cassandra Orozco ending up with the kill after some brilliant defense by the Lucky 3. They take the lead 7-6. Abby Briggs back to serve. Down the line, handled there by Herrera. Boato sets Thompson, too much on that one. And now a 2-point lead, the largest of this contest for the Lucky 3. Briggs sends it down the line. Boato, Herrera. Back over to Shauna Thompson. Briggs digs it out. Botello sends it over to Orozco, and Orozco immediately pointing her bad as she sends it into the net. 8-7. Baby Blues trailing the Lucky 3. Herrera sends it over. Orozco. Botello to Briggs in the middle, just wide. We're tied up at 8 apiece. Just about halfway there here in this first to 15 win by 2 contest. Herrera sends it over to Orozco. One Murrieta native to another. Botello right back to Orozco for the masterful kill. Puts the Lucky 3 back on top here, 9-8. Sky Botello to serve. Botello sends it down the line. Thompson mishandles it, able to get to it. Cassandra Orozco back on the Lucky 3 side. Swinging on it, Abby Briggs. Can the Baby Blues get it over? They can. Boato sends it over the net. Free ball play. Botello, Briggs to Orozco down the line. And contact with the antenna off the hands of Boato gives the point to the Lucky 3. 10 serving 8 now. Sky Botello looking to get a cushion here for the Lucky 3. Botello's service. In the middle, Herrera digs it out. Boato sets Shauna Thompson, an easy kill for her. Thompson, when she gets a clean look at that ball, she sends it straight down to the earth, and she's able to identify exactly where the open space is for the court. On the court, I should say. She goes back to serve now. Down the line, handled by Botello. Briggs bumps it right back to Botello, fans it over the net. Boato sets Herrera, gets a nice play off the top of the tape, and we're tied up at 10. A game of runs indeed. It seems when one team is going to take over the momentum, another comes storming back. Shauna Thompson to serve again for the Baby Blues. Thompson, a sinker, and Boato saves the day. Beg your pardon, Botello saves the day for the moment, but able to get it over there, Shauna Thompson, and regain the lead for the Baby Blues at 11-10. 3 straight points for them. Thompson to serve again. She sparked this run for the Baby Blues. Orozco, Botello, right back to Orozco, but it's into the net. And now it's 12-10. Now, if this game follows suit as it's been so far, now would be the time that a run starts for the Lucky 3 as they trail by 2. Shauna Thompson to serve again. Into the net. Following suit indeed, and let's see what the Lucky 3 have now. They need 4 points. The Baby Blues need 3 points. And remember, it's win by 2. Orozco to serve. Handled by Boato. Bump set by Herrera. Over to Shauna Thompson. Into the net. We're tied up at 12 apiece. Back to serve again. Cassandra Orozco. 3 points away for either side. Orozco's service. Sinker nicely dug out by Herrera. Boato over to Thompson. Botello reads the soft stuff. And then a back set from Briggs to Orozco. Give her the kill. Lucky 3 now 2 points away from punching their ticket to today's championship round. The winner of this matchup will play the winner of Team Frosty and the Gray Team. Orozco serves. Boato. Herrera to Thompson, and she gets a nice kill there. Slamming it off the hands of Sky Botello, and that makes it 13 all. Gabby Boato back to serve. The junior setter sends it over the net. Briggs, Botello, Orozco mishandled, and serving for set point for the Baby Blues, or I should say match point for the Baby Blues, Gabby Boato. Back against the wall for the Lucky 3. First time all day it's been that way. Sinker, Botello's there. Briggs sets Orozco. Handled by Thompson. Boato, long bump set, and it's a free ball over from Herrera. Briggs sends it over to Botello. Right back to Briggs in the middle. Give her the kill. Bonus volleyball coming up. 14 all, win by 2. Abby Briggs back to serve. And this would be perfect time for the Lucky 3 to get one of the signature service ace runs from Abby Briggs. Let's see if she can do it. Briggs, the senior, transfer from Fresno City College. Boato, Herrera, sets Shauna Thompson, who has to go with the left hand. It's dug out by Botello. Orozco falling backwards, sends it over the net. Herrera, Thompson, bumped over by Boato. A nice play, but an even better dig by Botello, sent over by Briggs. Scramble volleyball. Did we get this one over? No, we did not. 15-14, Baby Blues once again serving. Match point. This time it's Luciana Herrera. The Oaks go to behind the service line. Last year's service ace leader. Down the line, Briggs. Botello bump set over to Orozco. Give her the kill. 15 all now. Neither team ready to bow out just yet. And Sky Botello, the freshman, behind the line now. 15 all. Botello serves down the line. Herrera, Boato to Thompson. Mishandled by Briggs, and once again serving for match point. The Baby Blues. This time it's Shauna Thompson. The Lucky 3 have had some strokes of luck with their backs against the wall so far. Let's see if they can do it again and tie it up at 17. Or at 16, beg your pardon. Botello sets Orozco. Nicely dug out by Herrera. Thompson bumps it back to Herrera. It's over. Orozco. Botello to Briggs in the middle. Did it fall in? Indeed it did. A coffin corner swing from Abby Briggs ties us up at 16. Orozco back to serve again. Orozco's service. Down the line, Boato. Off the net, it's a service ace for Orozco, and for the first time in the contest, serving for match point, it's the Lucky 3, and it will be the freshman out of Murrieta, California, Cassandra Orozco. Orozco's service in the middle, handled there by Herrera. Boato, a clean set to Shauna Thompson off the net, and it will... Originally the call is in, and indeed it will fall in. The Lucky 3 calling saying it hit the antenna. Didn't look like it from our vantage point. And the score will go 17 all. Service by Bowato. Dug out by Orozco. Briggs swings on it, falling backwards. Herrera. Bowato. Back to Herrera. It falls wide. Once again now serving for match point. It's the lucky three. And this time it's the senior, Abby Briggs. Briggs service. Bowato. Herrera. Right back to Bowato. She floats it over the net. Botello. Briggs bump set to Orozco, handled there by Herrera. Ice water in the veins of the senior, but unable to get to the set was Shauna Thompson, and the lucky three have won the first semifinal match 19-17. A fantastic effort by the Baby Blues. Both teams there fighting it out till the very last point, but the lucky three continue their lucky streak. That's 4 wins in a row. We'll be back for semifinal match number 2 here on the Menlo College Sports Network. Semifinal volleyball action, round 2. We've got Team Frosty serving over to the gray team. It's Lauren Schaefer, and she sends it over to Jaden Scott. Wooten sets Scardino for the opening kill. And that makes it 1-0 gray team. Gray team represented by Janae Wooten, Jaden Scott, and Amanda Scardino, taking on Team Frosty, represented by Lauren Schaefer, Kyla Iwohi, who has a nice dig there, and Becca Bealby. Schaefer sends it off the top of the tape, give her the kill, ties us up at 1 apiece. Kyla Iwohi now back to serve. Iwohi service. Wooten. Jaden Scott right back to Janae Wooten. Bealby digs it out. Now Schaefer back to Bealby down the line, and Scardino is able to get there. Jaden Scott from the middle swings on it. Too hot to handle from Lauren Schaefer, and that makes it 2-1 gray team. Jaden Scott to serve. Floater handled there by Kyla Iwohi. Ball sent into the net by Lauren Schaefer, makes it 3-1 gray team. Service here by Jaden Scott again. Iwohi, Bealby, long bump set over to Lauren Schaefer, and she goes cross court. It's handled by Scardino. What an adjustment by Wooten, and Jaden Scott gets it over the net. Lauren Schaefer goes cross court. Give her the kill. Brilliant play there by Janae Wooten, reading it off the net and somehow able to get the setup to Jaden Scott, who sent it over. But when it was all said and done, Lauren Schaefer coming up with the kill. Now Bealby sends it over. Scardino. Jaden Scott bumps it right back to Scardino. Nice swing on it, but an even better dig by Kyla Iwohi. Schaefer is able to get the kill there, despite the heroic effort from Janae Wooten. It makes it 3 apiece. Bealby to serve again. Into the net and back on top the gray team. Service here by Scardino. Iwohi, Bealby. Long set at the net. Nicely played by Schaefer for the kill, and it ties us up at 4. Lauren Schaefer to serve. Tied up 4 apiece here. Remember, we're playing 1 set to 15, win by 2. The winner advances to play the lucky 3, who just won a barn burner of a match, as Jaden Scott comes up with the kill over the Baby Blues at 19-17. It's now 5-4, the lead for the gray team. Janae Wooten to serve. Down the line, Iwohi. Bealby bumps that over to Lauren Schaefer. Cross court, too much on that one. It makes it 6-4 here. Momentum leaning in favor of the gray team. Of course, these being the top, or the lucky 3, the top seed, but the gray team coming up as the number 2 seed, taking on the 3 seed Team Frosty. Nice dig there by Jaden Scott. Wooten sets Scardino. An awesome dig there by Kyla Iwohi, and Lauren Schaefer sends it cross court. Scardino. Wooten sets it in the middle to Jaden Scott. Give her the kill. 7-4. Gray team. Janae Wooten now to serve once again. Junior defensive specialist, setter, outside hitter extraordinaire sends it in play. Lauren Schaefer now swings on it. Jaden Scott digs it out to Wooten. Now Scardino and Kyla Iwohi coming up with the dig. Lauren Schaefer swings on this one again. Down the line, a brilliant dig. Back set here, Wooten to Scardino. She sends it over the net, but wide of the antenna. Point there for Team Frosty to make it 7-5. 5 serving 7. It's Iwohi to serve. Scott, Wooten to Scardino. And there was Iwohi to dig it out. Bealby sets Schaefer in the middle. It's Jaden Scott. Wooten right back to Jaden Scott, and a great dig down to both knees. Lauren Schaefer, she sends it over the net. Wooten was ready. She'll swing on it as well. Cross court, Bealby. Long bump set there by Iwohi to Schaefer. Wooten ready again, and she'll swing on it again. This time handled by Iwohi. Great rally here by the Oaks. Lauren Schaefer off the set from Bealby. There was Jaden Scott. Wooten back to Scott. Give her the kill. This one just paints the corner for Jaden Scott. Eight serving 5 here. Jaden Scott to serve. The senior out of Escalon floats it over. Schaefer handles it, but unable to get under it. The setter Bealby. It's a service ace, and that makes it 9-5. Gray team. Looking to get to double digits. The gray team on the service of Jaden Scott. Another service ace, and they do just that. 5 points away from the championship match with the lucky 3 is the gray team. Jaden Scott to serve. Cross-court floater. Doesn't quite get there. That makes it 10-6. Team Frosty needing a big run from Lauren Schaefer in the worst kind of way. The service from Schaefer. Handled there by Jaden Scott. Wooten sets Scott, who slams it down. Jaden Scott makes it 11-6. And that gives the ball to Janae Wooten, one of the Oaks' most consistent behind the service line a year ago. 34 service aces, put her second on the team. Janae sends it in. Iwohi. Schaefer right back to Iwohi from the back line. She swings. Wooten will get the set from Scott as well. Iwohi sends it back onto the gray team side. Scardino. Wooten. Back set to Jaden Scott. That one goes just wide, and it makes it 11-7. You can see there when Scott went up, she was just a little bit off balance, leaning to that right side on the twist move off the back set. And that's where the ball went indeed. Iwohi sends it down the line. Wooten. Scott to Scardino, who sends it down. Amanda Scardino makes it 12-7, and now she'll look to close us out on 3 more serves. Scardino, the freshman. She's played well today on the gray team, the number 2 seed in this tournament. Lauren Schaefer comes up with the big kill to make it 12-8, making that look easy. The senior out of Yorba Linda. Bealby serves it, and she comes up with a service ace, making it 12-9. Team Frosty making things interesting here late in this contest. It's Becca Bealby once again, the southpaw setter out of San Diego, California. Schaefer, or beg your pardon, that's Scott. Wooten to Scardino. Now Schaefer swings on it, but she sends it into the net. 13-9 gray team. Jaden Scott, the senior out of Escalon, back to serve. Jaden sends it down the line, nicely handled by Bealby. She'll get to swing on it as well. The lefty comes up with the kill to make it 13-10. No quit in this team, Team Frosty. They've battled all afternoon long. Just snuck in to that number 3 seed with a win in the final contest of round robin play, and now looking to keep the momentum going, and they will get a nice service ace there from Lauren Schaefer to make it 13-11. Schaefer serving again, trailing by 2, and she sends it into the net. Time to dig deep for Team Frosty as back to serve for match point. It's Janae Wooten, a junior out of Humboldt, Texas. Her service. Handled there by Schaefer. Bealby bump set right back to Schaefer. Wooten. Jaden Scott back to Janae Wooten. What a dig there. No one able to get to it is Schaefer. And the finals are set. It will be the gray team and the lucky 3 coming up next in the finals here on the Menlo College Sports Network. It's been an exciting afternoon of volleyball, and we have reached the finals. On the right side of your screen, the 2 seed, the gray team, represented by Janae Wooten, Jaden Scott, and Amanda Scardino. And on the left side of your screen, the 1 seed, the lucky 3, represented by Cassandra Orozco, Sky Botello, and Abby Briggs. Abby Briggs, she does handle that first service there by Janae Wooten, but no one there to receive after that. It makes it 1-0. Gray team. Janae Wooten to serve again. Down the line. Orozco. Botello right back to Orozco. And it's dug out by Jaden Scott. Wooten bumps it to Scott in the middle, and she sends it down. Right now, the gray team playing inspired volleyball. Remember, they did play more recently, but were able to close out their match in regulation, whereas the green team needed bonus volleyball to shut out the Baby Blues. Janae Wooten to serve again. Briggs. Botello. Back to Briggs in the middle. Janae Wooten able to receive the pass from Jaden Scott. Scardino free balls it over. Botello sets Orozco. And it's handled there by Scardino. In the middle, it's Jaden Scott. Orozco was ready to handle the finesse piece. Briggs sends it down for the first points of these finals for the lucky 3. Abby Briggs, one of, I believe, 4 seniors on this roster, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Kristen Whitney would be having her senior season at the moment, but she is not here with the team. The same with Cassie Carino. Wooten sets Scardino, and Scardino comes up with the kill after some pinballing on the lucky 3 side to make it 3-1. Of course, the seniors that are here: Jaden Scott, Abby Briggs, Luciana Herrera, and Lauren Schaefer. Nearly a service ace there. Somehow Orozco gets it over, aiming for that back corner, Jaden Scott, but a good play by the freshman Botello, who sends it over the net on a free ball. Wooten cannot get to that one. A tough handle there at the net by Jaden Scott, and it just put Janae Wooten in no man's land, and that makes it 2 serving 3. Abby Briggs back to serve. The Oaks also, of course, with a couple of juniors on their team, Janae Wooten, and then the newcomers. As a service ace there from Briggs ties us up at 3. Those newcomers, Gabby Boato and Rebecca Bealby. Not believe we have any sophomores on this team, and then quite a few freshmen. Jaden Scott sets Amanda Scardino. She's one of those freshmen, and it goes long. And that makes it 4-3. The lucky 3 with their first lead of the afternoon here in this finals match. Briggs, a sinker dug out by Scardino, set in the middle to Abby Briggs, and that was the Oaks' bread and butter a season ago. Abby Briggs coming up with the kill. Get used to hearing that one. Abby Briggs Jaden Scott with the kill. Briggs and Scott, of course, the Oaks' 2 middle blockers from a season ago. Scott bump sets Janae Wooten off the top of the tape. Nicely dug out by Briggs. Botello sets Orozco, and there was Jaden Scott. Wooten over to Scardino. Briggs digs it out. Botello to Orozco. That seems to be the lucky 3's play. Scardino will swing on this one. This time Orozco with the dig. Botello will back set to Briggs. She punches it over the net. High in the sky, nearly a free ball opportunity. Jaden Scott. She sends it towards the table. Not able to get to that one. Sky Botello. It makes it 5-4. Gray team. Scardino to serve. In the middle, it's Abby Briggs. She'll get to swing on it as well. Soft stuff, give her the kill. 5-all. And so far from the start of this one, this has all the makings for an incredible championship match. Wooten sets Scardino, give her the kill. Amanda Scardino has had a great game on the outside for the gray team. Been quite a few freshmen to highlight. Of course, both Cassandra Orozco and Sky Botello have been brilliant today. But big games from Shauna Thompson and Amanda Scardino, as well as Kyla Iwohi. Makes it 7-5 as momentum right now in favor of the gray team. Of course, remember the Lucky Three haven't lost one today. Gray team out for revenge. Botello sets Briggs. Give her the kill. Too hot to handle off the hands of Janae Wooten. 6 serving 7. It's Cassandra Orozco. Orozco's service. And off the hands of Jaden Scott, and that one falls in for, I guess you could call that a kill. 8-6. The gray team leads. Jaden Scott to serve, ahead by 2. This one goes long, 8-7. Let's see if the Lucky Three can tie it up. This time behind the service of Abby Briggs. Senior Abby Briggs sends it into play. Miscommunication here. Let's see if the gray team can salvage it over the net. It's a free ball opportunity for the Lucky Three. Botello back set to Briggs. She just feigns it over the net. Long set here. Scardino with a big swing, and you can give her that kill. Amanda Scardino having a huge showing so far in this championship match, and she goes back to serve. Scardino cross court, Orozco. Botello right back to Orozco. The freshman duo pair up, and that makes it 9-8. We've been calling that all game long. Abby Briggs has been great, of course, but these two freshmen extremely promising. The duo of Sky Botello and Cassandra Orozco. Botello sends it over. Scardino, Wooten, back to Scardino into the net, and we're tied up at 9. It's a mad dash to 15. Botello to serve. Sky Botello sends it down the line. There was Scardino set to Jaden Scott. It goes wide, and the Lucky Three are sparking the fire right at the right time. 5 points away from this championship. Looking to do it in come from behind fashion, and it's a service ace for Sky Botello. Another service ace for Botello, and 3 points away are the Lucky Three. Service, nearly a service ace there. Scardino able to get to it, and a nice kill by Jaden Scott to make it 10 serving 12. Janae Wooten back to serve. She got a great start for the gray team behind the line to start off this finals match. Wooten service down the line. There is Orozco. Gets it over to Botello. Botello back to Orozco, who sends it down with authority. 13-10. Lucky Three lead it. Cassandra Orozco, the freshman, serves it. Cross court. Scott, Wooten to Scardino. It falls long. And now back to serve. Match point for all the marbles. Cassandra Orozco. Orozco, the freshman out of Murrieta. Her service. Handled by Scardino. Jaden Scott right back to Amanda Scardino. It's a free ball opportunity. Botello, Briggs to Orozco. And what an effort there by Janae Wooten. And coming up with the kill, Jaden Scott. The gray team lives to see another point. Jaden Scott serving. The gray team with their backs against the wall now. Jaden Scott's service. Briggs. Botello. The bump set back to Briggs. Scardino gets low to dig it out. The bump set right back to her down the line. There was Botello. Bump set here. Briggs to Orozco. Cross court. Handled by Jaden Scott. Wooten calls for it. Back to Scardino down the line. And it's a kill for Amanda Scardino. The ball had some air under it and just continued to flutter out of the hands of Sky Botello and over the head of Abby Briggs. 12 serving 14. Jaden Scott continuing this service run. Cross court. Orozco. Botello back to Orozco. And that'll do it. The Lucky Three win today's 3-on-3 Menlo College Women's Volleyball Tournament. The trio of Sky Botello, the freshman out of Laie, Hawaii, Cassandra Orozco, the freshman out of Murrieta, California, and Abby Briggs, the senior out of Aubrey, California. Great volleyball action all afternoon long here from Menlo College Women's Volleyball. Great showings by everybody, whether that's our returners, Janae Wooten, Lauren Schaefer, Luciana Herrera, Jaden Scott, and Abby Briggs, and our newcomers as well. We're getting accustomed to learning their names as well. Shauna Thompson, Sky Botello, Cassandra Orozco, Kyla Iwohi, Amanda Scardino, Gabby Bowato, and Rebecca Bealby. That'll just about wrap it up for us here on the Menlo College Sports Network. And we're now being halted here by Coach Denise Sheldon, as it looks like we'll have an MVP interview, or a most valuable team interview, we could say, from the Lucky Three, the trio of Abby Briggs, Sky Botello, and Cassandra Orozco making their way over to the table. We'll see who hops on the mic first. It will be the senior, Abby Briggs. Ladies, a fantastic contest today. Great showing. You didn't lose a match all game, playing like a team possessed. Talk about what your mindset was going into today's tournament.
Well, we just really wanted to stay high in energy. We didn't dwell on the mistakes. I thought we played together really well as a team, and we just wanted to focus on celebrations.
And, teamwork was definitely a big thing. Of course, Cassandra, Sky, two freshmen here working with the senior Abby Briggs, but showing out today, both of you. Great effort. How does it feel to be back on the court now as members of the Menlo Oaks?
Oh, my God. It's, weird because our mechanics are so, in the works, yeah, that we're putting it all together. And, this is only our first month, and we see a lot of improvement from our first day, so.
Well, we're excited to see your effort on the court. Sky, I'm going to take it over to you now. You were definitely the defensive heart of this team. There was a lot of scramble volleyball going on, but quick hands all game long. You really made an effort out there. Were you just seeing the ball well today, or should we expect to see those quick hands throughout your career at Menlo College?
Oh, nah, just kidding. Yeah, I think for me, being a lib, stepping in with two hitters, it kind of was I had to use my hands, and I think I did a good job stepping up,
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely, yeah, and we did see that some action with you at setter today, and some action at outside hitter as well, a couple of kills as well. So excited to see that. Ladies, enjoy your victory, enjoy your weekend. Great work today.
Thank you.
Go Oaks!
All right, well, that will now wrap it up for our effort, or for our broadcast today here on the Menlo College Sports Network. We're excited to be back bringing you Menlo College volleyball action all off-season, I guess you could call it long. But today, the queens of the court, the Lucky Three, Cassandra Orozco, Sky Botello, and Abby Briggs. Thanks so much for tuning in to all of our viewers, and